We came a long way from where we used to be. Now you see us on the scene.
WGDB, I heard you rockin' with the team. I heard you rockin' with the team.
We came a long way from where we used to be. Now you see us on the scene.
I heard you rockin' with the team.
Heard you rocking with the team. What's good, y'all? I'm Roy,
And it's Jeremiah,
and we back at it again with another episode of We Gotta Do Better.
episode 20.
Episode number 20.
Dub Club.
We hit the milestone.
That's what's up.
And speaking of milestones,
We're about to talk about some milestones right now.
yeah, this is a milestone that I've seen a lot of our peers actually going through.
Oh, yeah, this year,
Which
I
is
done
like-
seen it a lot on the gram.
A lot of people, they moving out of their house.
Moving out the casa. That's what's up.
And that made me want to actually talk about it, because it's like, yo, when would be the right time to move out?
It's never the right time
To say goodbye.
Honestly, I feel like moving out the house should be something that's more of a financial decision. It shouldn't be something that's just based off of an age. There shouldn't be an age limit on it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it shouldn't be an age limit.
It should be a bag limit.
But honestly, because that is a financial decision. But do you think it varies? Let's start with it. Do you think it varies between like cultures on when you move out or when you don't move out? Because I personally think it do. There is
I feel like it
correlation.
absolutely does, because when you look at culture, different cultures and stuff like that, based on your upbringing and how you were raised, like there's some cultures where I can speak for Caribbean people. There's some cultures where you get to of age where you start making income like 16 years old.
Yeah.
And you already giving up 70% of your check to the house.
You immediately
Off jump. It's more so
yo,
like,
come give me that to me. Thank you. That's my money, not your money. That's my money.
I remember my aunt was telling me a story, RIP to her. She was telling me how when she started working, she had to give about 80% of what she was making.
Damn.
Or she could not stay there.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, no, because when you think about it, some coaches, it like you got to grow up faster in some coaches. It's like you gotta step up to the plate, and you're gonna have to contribute more money to the house. A lot of times, I guess in the black community, especially if you're in a single family home, some people they gotta give up.
So here's
some
my
more money.
thing with that though. I feel like there's nothing wrong with having your child help contribute.
Yeah.
But the way adults go about it, I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You think they force you to?
It's more so like, no, teach the child the purpose behind it. Like, be honest with them. Like, yo, we trying to reach X, Y, and Z. We need this amount of money. Yeah, you contributing helps us get there. You tell a kid that he gonna be giving bread with a reason.
Okay.
Instead of you not saying nothing to the kid, now the kid gonna hate you because it's like he sees you as money hungry and stealing his money.
I actually do think that might be for like cultural wise that in other cultures they have the conversations of, okay, listen, we're gonna give you time to get financially stable, and we would like you to contribute this and this, or like, you know what, nah, you're good, we're gonna wait till you're ready and get out.
But if you think about it, look at it like this though. A lot of times, the people that are paying rent from early ages are the people that move out the soonest, because they like, yo, I'm already paying rent.
Oh yeah, that means like, yo, I'm tired of.
Now I gotta deal with stress. I don't want to pay this and deal with stress. I could pay a little more and I'll get my own place. You know?
You picking it's like a peace of mind thing.
Yeah. So a lot of times I can speak for our culture, and it's more so, it gets to a point where you're at a crossroad. Once you get of age, like once you get older, because as you get older, you start to realize certain things are no longer tolerable to you. You feel like there's a fine line where like you're an adult and you want to be treated as such.
Like 18, 19.
Yeah. So you get to a crossroad where it's like you got to pick between your financial sanity, your financial peace of mind, or your mental peace of mind, right? And a lot of times, people are picking the latter one. They gonna go with the financial. With the mental peace of mind.
The peace of mind of.
And they leaving the house. They move out. They say, a lot of people go like, oh, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'm out. I'm gonna figure it out.
I've heard that a lot when they're like, yo, I'm sick of my parents.
Yeah.
I need my space. I'm moving out, and I don't care about any of that. I got enough money to make this month's payment. I'm out.
Yeah.
And they don't really care about the repercussions of
Not
that
thinking
move.
about the long term game or nothing like that.
Because really, they're really not ready. But they don't care. They think they're ready.
They think they're ready for sure.
And some people just don't know. And they like, oh yeah, they assume they good. Oh, I'm making this much money, which is enough to make the bare minimum. But they're not even realizing that you were literally one problem away from actually being down bad. Like you literally one broken car, that your car break down from, oh damn, I'm in a bond now.
Yeah.
And I also think that goes into like that. There is a point where you move out too early, and that goes into it. When financially you're just not there yet. Like you just move out too early, and a part of that is actually being younger. So like the younger you are, the more likely you're probably not financially ready to make that move. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you are older, so most likely like post grads, they are when you're in your 24, 25, 26, 27, which actually is the average of when people leave, 27.
Yeah, 27, yeah.
That you are you're financially you are ready to move out. So I think moving out at a younger age puts you at a disadvantage because you're probably not making enough income to be stable.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, especially with us young people, like we hurt ourselves by moving out too early. I think we hurt ourselves by doing that.
Absolutely.
We're not giving ourselves a fighting chance.
And then you got to think about it too. There's a lot of different factors that play into like even like the region you live in, the area. Mm-hmm. Like for example, you talk about New York City.
Oh yeah, New York is tough living over here.
It's like, when I be talking to some of my friends, and it's like just talking about the cost of living, it's a lot. It's crazy. It's insane. And it's like a lot of the time, if you go down south or you try to go somewhere else, you paying like 70 to 60% of what you paying out here.
Yeah, that also factors in. It's
definitely.
We know people that's moving. They move down south. They move into North Carolina. They move into Texas or wherever. It's because technically you get bang for your buck. So that I think region also determines how soon you do move out.
No, it definitely does. And it's like if you look at New York City, I can give you an example. So the average salary you need to have in order to live in New York City, you need to make about $90K to own a house.
That's
and live
crazy.
Comfortably. Like you need to be making what? So the average salary for people is about $50K.
Yeah.
You need to be making just about double that in order to afford housing.
So unless it's two people moving in together, is damn near impossible unless you basically making all that money by yourself to live on your own now.
So
that's actually crazy.
So that also plays a role into like, a lot of people are trying to become homeowners and stuff like that. So they're not really thinking long game. Is mostly like, all right, I can make this payment now. I don't want to live with my parents.
Yeah.
I'm out. And they sign that. They sign that lease. They sign that contract, whatever case is. And then now they in trouble.
You know what I also think?
Yeah.
I also think like the reason why people leave, like move out, especially when they move out early, I think it's because like the social pressure to move out. Like, when you get, especially when you get in your 20s, you're like, oh, I'm 25. I see my other pair that they're 25. They moved out.
Yeah.
Now I got to move out. Now it's like a psychological thing. You're like, damn, am I doing something wrong in my life that I'm not together? Even though in your 20s you are like still figuring it out.
Yeah.
But that pressure, we fall. A lot of us fall into that trap, and now we're really at a disadvantage because we're moving too fast. We're moving off of emotion. We're like, yo, I want to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that happens a lot, and it's funny because that causes people to make irrational decisions, and like people try to move out and do whatever the case is. And remember that statistic? 50%, over 50% of people that move out come back.
Oh yeah. When I seen that, I was like, yo, that makes sense because you move back because you realize
it's a half-baked idea.
You like, all right, ma, the real world, I'm not really ready for this. I'm sorry, but I gotta move back. And then obviously your parents is like, get your ass over here. You know, they like, yo,
sometimes.
Get back over here.
Sometimes. It really, once again, it depends.
You right.
A lot of times, like in Caribbean households, that's one way.
Once you move out, you done.
That's it. So that actually tends to happen a lot.
What do you think is like a, well, obviously it's different for everybody, but do you think there's like a, you've been in the house for like way too long? There's like a, you too old, you gotta get up out of the crib?
I say the oldest you should be in the house, like the oldest possible. I mean, I don't plan on being that old, but like I feel like after 35, that's OD.
Oh, 35. Bro, you damn near 40 at that point. I'm gonna say 30. A cool 30.
No,
Like
I'm saying 32, 30. I'm giving you
every,
32, 33.
because everybody do have their own situations.
Because think about it. If we looking at success, Jay-Z got successful at like 32, 33, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So some people just take a little longer to get theirs and go crazy. So I say I take that with a grain of salt.
Especially
it's OD at 35.
It is,
OD at 35.
If you're 35 living in your crib, that is OD. But again,
you got some explaining to do.
Yeah, every case is different.
Exactly.
Though.
Now, if you a home health aide and you taking care of your parents because they're terminally ill,
then
like
that's
nobody gonna fault you for that.
Yeah,
now, if you just playing Call of Duty in the crib and you weigh like 500 pounds, then that's completely your fault.
Bro, at that point,
you're not doing nothing.
Bro, you just living off your parents. I think there's a line between living with your parents and then living off your parents.
Yeah, let's define that. So living with your parents. What do you consider living with your parents?
Living with your parents is like, I think we would describe it as you have a plan to move out. You just living with your parents. In the meantime, setting yourself up. So there's a clear cut agreement that, all right, I'm with you guys temporarily. I'm not here to leech off of you. I'm getting my bearings straight. I help around the crib, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do until I get out.
Yeah.
Now
that sums it up.
I got
that. Living off your parents is more so like when you basically are not contributing, you're just leeching at this point. You're a complete detriment. You're dead weight, and you're just consuming. You're just a vacuum at this point. You're just consuming, and you have no plan. You have no goals to leave.
Yeah, you just living. You just breathing air.
Living off your parents is like there's no
long term thinking.
Like I'm not gonna say no. I'm not including half baked ideas either because sometimes you catch somebody that's living off their parents and there's a half baked idea sitting there. Yeah, I want to get out. Nah, I'm saying there's no concrete solid plan. There's no game plan. There's no steps that you're taking for you to be able to move out. Because I remember you was telling me like. You gotta always be prepared to move out. Like you gotta be in preparation. Like it doesn't mean you're gonna move out right away, but you gotta be doing
thinking,
things. Yeah, you should be doing things. Like for example, like me and you, like we getting these jobs. We're trying to increase our value.
Increase your money
for the ultimate plan to
be on your own.
Exactly.
That's a like you said before that that's a rite of passage. There's a step of maturity that comes in your life that you're like, all right. Now I'm ready. I've been through this experience. I could take on some more responsibility.
Yep.
Do you think this is kind of a funny question, but people that's living off their parents, part of the problem is also the parents because they didn't give the kid the boot. Like you 35 at my crib, you ain't giving the boot.
You know what we call that?
How do you feel about that? Because like about the parents.
I one word for that.
What?
Enablers.
Enablers.
Yeah, they're enablers. They're the ones that are actually giving the child. Cause that's not even a child at that point.
That's a grown adult.
Full grown adult. Like, all right. So, but they're allowing that adult to feel like it's okay. Like you have no plan. You're not doing nothing. You want to stay with me. I'll protect you forever. So it's like, at what point does that adult become an adult?
Yeah, but I think you might be doing them a disservice, though.
No, you're
definitely doing them a disservice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you didn't draw a line in the sand. You obviously you always gonna love your child unconditionally, but you 35 in my house with no plan on getting out.
That's not love, bro.
It's like nah. I think there is like a all right. Your parents gotta put some pressure on you to. Yo, you gotta get out of my house. You either gonna start paying rent, or you getting the hell up out my crib because you too old to be not knowing whatever. You too old to not figure it out.
Yeah, now at that point, there's no accountability being taken. Like, nobody's being held accountable for that. Because if there's no actual specific situation as to why you're still there, then, you know. Because at what point, like.
You got to fix up, bro. You just got to fix up.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to sit here and talk down on anybody's situation, but.
Yeah, everyone got different. It's obviously there's situations that are special. That where it's like, all right, nah, they on hard times. That's why, like, all right, if they got to move back in and they're 35 because they down bad, that's different. You fell on hard times, and I'm always here to catch you. That's why when people move back. But to never leave at 35 and all of this, like that, I think that's on like, all right, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, like, all right, say you're 35, whatever the case is, something happened. You know, a lot of times. This is something that happens very often. People go through a divorce and they have to go back and live with their parents because their spouse or whatever the case is took half. Yeah, it's clipped. Whatever the case may be, you know. And now you don't got nothing, or like a lot of times there will be a separation. Somebody got the house, the other person don't, so they end up living with their parents. Those situations I'm not including in this when I say that because those are special situations where it's like, you know, you're trying to get back on your feet. You have a plan. You're not really. You're living with your parents. You're not living off your parents at that point.
When you think about living with your parents, is there certain rights that you have when living with your parents? So like, say
it's
now
their
your
house, it's their rules. That's the end of the conversation.
Is their house, their rules, even when you paying rent?
Oh, when you paying rent, you are a donor. You are contributing.
Now that's now the conversation get a little spicy because it's like, it's still their crib though.
It's our crib. I'm paying rent too.
You think
I'm paying rent too.
Imagine your mom, especially being Caribbean. Your mom, if you don't get the I don't care if you're paying rent. Your mom might be like, take different bag and go pack your bags and get the hell up out of here.
So see, now you're gonna add me to the statistic because I'm gonna be out the crib.
Not you specifically. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, I'm speaking from a crib. I'm saying now you're gonna add me to the statistic because I'm out the crib.
Because if I'm a parent and you paying, like, contribute to the house, cool. But just know that this ain't your crib. You can't do what you want. You think you're allowed to do what you want, even though it's your parents' kid?
There should be some level of. There should be a conversation. There should be some kind of What's the word?
Agreement, balance. What?
Compensation.
What you mean?
Like there should be some kind of like terms where it's like, you know, if you know I'm about to be paying rent,
I get some leeway with this.
Yes, because
okay.
Ain't no,
so do you think like guests over in the crib that's valid? Like I'm paying rent, I get to have people over.
Yeah, stuff like that, you know. And then it's like, it should honestly be like, because at that point, you're a roommate, because you're a contributing party.
That is like now I'm actually thinking about it. That is kind of tough because it's like, you are technically you're paying rent.
You're paying your way to stay, and
but it's like, that's your parents' crib. How much can you like be overstepping to where it's like kind of weird? Can you just bring anybody over, or your parents' crib, or can you allow music and stuff like that? I don't know.
Yeah, and then you see that's the thing. So like that brings it back to like a lot of times people would be paying rent, and those people are usually the first to leave.
Definitely,
because it's like
they like, if I'm paying money, I'm getting
money.
I'm packing my stuff.
That's like I'm paying money, but you mean to tell me I can't blast music at 2:30 in the morning? Some people want to blast music at 2:30 in the morning, so they're gonna pay to play, you know. And then it's like a lot of times people aren't really like they're not agreeing, they're not coming to terms. Well, they're not getting along with their parents because you know you get when you're spending your money, you want to do what you want to do.
Yeah. So
it becomes like a level of resentment.
The conflict. Well, kind of how we kind of doubling back because this goes into why some people do leave is because they are paying. I think when there's money on the table, now it gets sticky. It's because
easily.
It's because like I am paying money, so the child that's paying money now they feel like they have a little bit more rights. I got a little more leeway in this crib. You gonna listen to me now? Not like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like I deserve a little bit more. I deserve a little bit more privacy, respect or whatever. And I guess when you are start paying at a younger age, that's what pushes people over on that tipping point. What? Oh hell no! I'm taking my stuff. I'm getting up out of here. You got me paying anyway, and you treat me like a child. I'm out of here. So I do think as if you older 25, 26 and you're paying, this should be on some. All right.
No,
listen,
I
this is
had
my
some
comfort.
friends like they was living with their folks and they was paying rent,
Mm-hmm.
and it was to the point where it was like, bro, I pay rent equally. That's my roommate. Yeah, it's my mom, it's my dad. That's my roommate. I pay. I do what I want because it's like I'm equally contributing, or I'm contributing to a degree where it's like my word matters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like I was saying, there's always gonna be a point where there's a conflict.
Yeah.
Because parents are not gonna be like, yeah, sure, roommate. Because at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
they definitely, they're not gonna
yep,
feel like that.
there's a conflict, and then that person ends up leaving. So majority of the time, that's what happens. Once in a while, well, not once in a while, but like here and there, some people will be able to stay the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have to choose between their mental peace of mind
Yeah,
or their financial peace of
and
mind,
it work out perfectly.
and it works out.
Then they can dip up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess let's switch a little bit gears of when you're prepping to leave. So this is a person that's planning to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's like some steps that go through someone has? They're like, all right, I'm gonna just move in an apartment, and then I'm gonna go buy a house. Or do you think people are just buying houses and buying stuff like that?
Nah, most of the time,
I know that's the thing. I know people that bought houses. They skipped the
yeah.
the whole apartment thing, living on your own. They went out and bought a crib, and I was like, oh,
like
that's big. That's big people moves.
Definitely, but I feel like it's more so just live within your means kind of thing.
Think so?
Those dudes had the means, or women, whoever, they had the means to be able to get that done.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, the first thing that comes to your mind when you're moving out, priority is getting your own space.
It's just that's all it is, just getting your own space.
Yep.
I think that is like it's like, all right, I'm just moving out. I don't know how I'm gonna move out, but I'm just moving out. Me personally, I would probably think apartment first, because you don't know, a lot of people, they don't know really nothing about owning a house and having all that responsibility in terms of mortgage and you got taxes on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the easiest thing is apartment living, especially if you lived off campus like us.
Yeah.
So like we kind of know how it is to live on our own. We obviously have roommates, but we know how it goes. You pay your rent.
Yeah.
Parents ain't there.
That's it.
You kind of know like that's a cool way to live. And then now there's when you move in on, and if you buy your own house, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
There's a lot goes into that. And then obviously that always goes back into like the finances.
I feel like personally, if I had the choice, I would buy my house first.
You buy a crib first?
I buy a crib. Because if
this is while you were stacking, like, and you had your plan.
Yeah,
okay.
God willing, if I had the financial means to, I'm buying a house first. I'll tell you why.
Me too.
There's no time like today, because equity and all the price and stuff like
Prices
that.
is going skyrocketing, especially now, bro.
Yeah, so especially with the pandemic and everything.
I think there's like a lumber shortage. So like the supply is
there's
low.
a lumber shortage. There's a chicken shortage.
There's a gas shortage.
There was a chip shortage of cars.
There's a shortage of everything right now.
There's a gas shortage. I was at the gas station the other day. I was trying to get some gas. I pulled up to the gas station with my take thing was on color. It was showing like I was on E, hanging out with E. I get to the gas station. I get to the gas station. I'm about to pump my gas. I'm like, yo, I got like 10 miles left on this car. My crib is like 15 miles away.
Everything is just going up.
Yeah, I'm trying to put the gas in the car. It says pump not working. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I go to the next pump.
Pump
not
so
working.
there was just no gas.
So I go inside the store. Yo, bro, what's up?
He said we out of gas.
No pump, they're not working.
Oh nah.
I'm like, I look at him. Like, yo, like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you talking about?
Yo, that's your job. You have gas. You selling gas.
Yo, he said, shortage, bro. I had to drive like I had to drive like 8 miles.
Nah, that's wacky.
Yo, like
more of the story. Again, now's the time. Like now's a better time than any to get ready to get with a crib. I think we covered everything pretty much. We did that pretty fast too. We did that within 30 minutes of like just moving out. there's a right time to move out and there's a wrong time to move out, and I think it's always going to be different per person. So it's always going to come down to the money aspect.
Yeah,
and how your family allows you to grow that money.
So here's how I see it. It's the things that play a role in moving out. I feel like the financial decision making should be something that should always be considered.
Always.
The support system behind it.
Oh, definitely.
I'm not even gonna talk age because I feel like age is something that like it
varies.
Yeah, because when you put an age on it, at that point it's more so like now you're putting unnecessary pressure and stress towards the whole situation, and you're creating something that's like
that is really not. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, money, and then the support system.
The support system behind you.
Okay.
Like
I see that might be just the two that you need. Just the money. If it's feasible for you to live on your own, then you have the support to go ahead, live on your own. Then that's the right time for you.
And when I say support, I don't mean financially only. I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about as far as like resources, being able to understand your mortgage, understand not even lending hand, but like
knowing how to have a home, how to live on your own, being prepared.
Exactly, because you like living on your own, living in a new house is just like any new experience. You don't know a damn thing. You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, if your sink is leaking, do you know how to fix your sink or something? Exactly. Or do you know how to fix some stuff around the house? Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You need to have the support. Like you need to have those people that like you need to know who to call, when to call.
Yeah, that's
kind
of
thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to move to somewhere that everything's breaking and you gotta pay for everything. You can't fix it because you don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So those are the two things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we finished. It's really come down to bread. I think a lot of people, to me, I don't know why, but to me, a lot of people do move out too early, just in general. But that's just an opinion for me. That I feel like a lot of people move out too early, but due to the social pressure of how I said age, I think that plays a big factor in why people leave early. And maybe if us as a society, we just stop that. And also us as parents, so the parents listening, stop forcing your children out before they're able to. Work with them, live with them, but to make sure they're not living off you.
Yeah, and then definitely a thing that happens a lot, that happens way too often, is that thing where it's like my way or the highway. Like literally.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of leeway.
You need to find my way or you gonna be walking on the highway.
Yeah, I think parents need to have some of that in.
Yeah, you need to be able, like, they need to understand, bro. Like, you can't take all the money that your kid's making from a young age because they don't know how to deal with money, they don't know how to have money, they don't know how to save money.
Yeah.
So it's like
it goes back into support system.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
We're not even about to keep rambling on because we've said everything that we had to say.
And you ain't gonna shut me up neither because I wasn't done.
All right, Playboy, go ahead. What else you gotta say, brother? Like my fault, brother, man. What happened?
What you rapping?
We was gonna wrap it up because we was just talking about the same thing over and over again.
Listen.
What new stuff you got on your mind?
It's episode 20.
It's episode number 20.
We out.
See y'all in the next episode. We out of here. Appreciate y'all. See y'all in the next episode. We came a long way from where we used to be.
I see us on the scene, and we out it.